guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
And a big thanks to Mike at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Mike.
And for those of you guys who don't know, Ram separated from Dodge as their own specialized truck and van company back in 2010. The 5th generation Ram 1500 that you see here was released in 2019, facelifted and refreshed this year for 2025, featuring a new front fascia and light designs for all trims, new wheel designs, and a new twin-turbo V6, which cranks out 420 horsepower to 540 horsepower, depending on the trim and output, dropping both the 5.7-liter V8 and 6.2-liter supercharged V8. For 2025, the Ram 1500 ranges from the $40,000 Tradesman up to the $87,000 Tungsten, which is now the new, most luxurious truck you can buy. The Bighorn that we have here is the value pack trim towards the base end of things for the Ram 1500, the $46,000 base price, $51,000 with 4x4 like we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So of course, all new front fascia kind of reminds me a little bit of the heavy duty Ram 1500s, and the light design reminds me a lot of the limited and limited Longhorn edition Rams from the pre-facelifted trim. The chrome bumper is a little bit bigger from the previous generation too. We get full front parking sensing, which is an appreciated feature for the Bighorn, and a panel for the advanced safety features right up front. LED fog lights, LED headlamps for the high and low beam, and what appears to be an LED turn signal as well. We get an additional sensor underneath the A for the Ram logo up front. It's not a forward-facing camera. The higher trims do get forward-facing cameras, just not here on the Bighorn trim level. Another thing I'm noticing that the pre-facelift didn't have on the Bighorn are these fender flares. Previously, you had to go up to at least the built-to-serve edition to get those fender flares, or up to the Laramie and up. The wheel and tire setup pretty similar compared to the pre-facelift. We get these silver alloy 18-inch rims wrapped in some beefy Goodyear Wrangler all-season tires, but the dimensions are 275/65 R18. So with the 65 series sidewall, the ride quality should be fantastic, even without the air suspension that we had in the previous trims like the Limited, and it used to be optional on all trims, but outside of Limited, I haven't really seen it since about 2022. Anyway, chrome Ram badge, 1500 E-Torque. The E-Torque is blue. The mirrors are tow-specific mirrors with a Ram LED turn signal on them. And speaking of tow mirrors, we have blind spot monitoring on the glass, heated mirrors, and they're power adjustable not only up top, but also for the bottom part as well. I don't believe they extend, but we'll check all that out when we take a step inside. All black trim for the window trim, blacked out door handles, no smart access, but we do get push button start. Out rear, we get a push to open gas cap with easy fill, and you throw 87 octane fuel here for this 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. Same rear wheel and tire setup, the only difference is a smaller brake caliper. We get the wheel well liners too, which we didn't get on the pre-facelift as a standard feature for the Bighorn. Hopefully you get a good look at the suspension. No leaf springs, just like on the pre-facelift, so it should be still the king of the full-size truck segment when it comes to ride quality. The taillights appear to be LED for the outer ring, but the brake light and turn signal appears to be a halogen with an LED reverse light in the center. We get a trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly what this truck can tow. A new tailgate design too. It says Ram. It used to say Ram on the tailgate for the Classics and the Rebel trims, but now it's available on the Bighorn. Bighorn logo in the lower left corner, 4x4 in the lower right corner. We get full rear parking sensing too, a chrome rear bumper with a slightly different design compared to the pre-facelift. The grab handle for the trunk lid still has our backup camera, and it looks about the same as the pre-facelift. Damn tailgate, no bed liner. You can go to Line-X, get it done for about $600. No in-bed outlets either, but we get 4 tie downs, and with this red paint, I actually like the way it looks without a bed liner. Obviously, I would still recommend doing a bed liner for long term, especially if you live close to the salt water. Regardless, what you see is what we get. No LED third brake light, but it still does the job. Very light tailgate too. That feels a lot lighter compared to the pre-facelift. I have a 2023 Ram Bighorn, and that just felt a little bit lighter. Down below, you get a good look at your exhaust tip, rear differential, sway bars, and speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 3.6 liter V6 and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. No, not the Hurricane. Hopefully we get our hands on the Hurricane super soon, but still a pretty powerful motor, cranking out 305 horsepower, 269 pound-feet of torque, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's enough to get this Ram 1500 I've seen as quick as 7.5 seconds, which also doesn't sound super quick, but compared to like a pre-2015 pickup with a V8, 7.5 seconds is quicker than just about all of them. So if you're coming from like a 10, 15-year-old truck with like a 6-speed, 5-speed, or even a 4-speed transmission, even with this V6, you are getting a significant upgrade when it comes to performance. If you need more performance, go to the Hurricane. You'll get even more power than the outgoing Hemi, and you can get the high output version, which is like halfway between the Hemi and the TRX. Unfortunately, no more TRX motor, but we'll get to that another day when we do a high output review. Anyway, hydraulic struts are appreciated. What you see is what you get. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, walk around this 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn e-torque. Now let's take a step inside and see what we get with around a $51,000 base price, about $56,000-$57,000 with all these options and features. Up top we get soft touch material, that's appreciated. The lights are on, so the truck's going to be yelling at me. Beneath that we get a new trim piece. It's a little bit different compared to the outgoing model. Same trim in the center, same door handle, 2-window auto one touch. These switches look a little bit different too. Not auto one touch out rear, but still a power window. Nice soft leather trim for the armrest, same as the pre-facelift. 2-tier storage, also the same. Speakers, we get a 6-speaker audio system, not the Alpine, but even the 6-speaker audio system for a bass sounds really good. The seats, we get these diesel gray colored seats, and they look pretty premium for a fabric seat. Solid bolstering even for the bottom portion, fully adjustable. 2-way lumbar, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats, at least for the driver's seat. The passenger seat is manual. Taking a step inside, no running board either. That can be added in the aftermarket for a couple $100. Foot on the brake, engine start stop, also all the same, and everything fires right to life. So when it comes to naming differences, at least for the Bighorn trim compared to the pre-facelift model, let me just do it real quick. The only differences in this interior, the trailer steering control looks a little bit different. The brake controller has a slight difference in the angle to it, and this gear selector has a different feel. It doesn't feel quite as cheap as it did in the pre-facelift. The backup camera is super high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory, and yeah, the overall feel in this gear selector just feels more premium compared to the outgoing model. Outside of that, this interior is identical to the pre-facelift, so we're not going to go into too much detail. Steering wheel still feels good, no 10 and 2, but the 9 and 3 feels solid. You get your controls for this little LCD screen. You get trip info, audio, messages, screen setup, speedometer, driver assist, vehicle info, right back where we started. The tach, we shifted around 6,500 with this 3.6. The 5.7 shifted at around 5,800, and eventually we'll see what the Hurricane shifts at. 120 for the speedo, fuel tank underneath it, coolant temperature underneath the tach, battery voltage top left, and the oil pressure in the top right. The dashboard still hard plastic, just like in the pre-facelift. We get 3 speakers up top, RAM in the center area, 12 volt. New trim pieces all around this interior. That's just about the biggest difference when it comes to the look here. We get the 8.4-inch touchscreen, an available 12-inch, and an available 14.5-inch now on the Rams. The sound system, as we mentioned, is solid. We can see all the apps available. You guys can pause, take a look. No standard navigation, but we get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So really can't complain, just no phone currently connected. And this is what your home screen would look like with a phone and song that's currently playing. Volume, mute, hazards, lane keep assist. You can turn off the screen, tune as well on the right side. No auto climate control, but I personally use manual climate even in vehicles with auto climate, so not a big deal to me. You can adjust the temperature, adjust the vent speed, and the location of the vents. Heated seats and a heated steering wheel. That's also nice if you're in cold climates. We get 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive low, and 4-wheel drive auto here as well. Auto engine start stop you can disable. Trailer brake controller, trailer steering control. You can turn off the front and rear parking sensing, tow haul mode, and you can turn off the traction control. Hopefully you guys can get a good look at the pedals. Headlamp control, interior brightness. You can adjust the pedals to the distance. Electronic parking brake. USB A and C port, we get 2 of each. Nice compartment for a phone. 115 volt 400 watt AC outlet down below. Hopefully you pick it up on camera, and we get a ton of storage, but compared to the pre-facelift, this is all unchanged. We get cup holders. These are my Ram keys. Not quite sure what this is. Looks like LED lights of some sort. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know, but I'll leave this to the side. Hopefully you pick up all the storage space. Same armrest as before. It's nice soft leather with white contrast stitching. We get 2 tiers of space. We get a USB-A port in here. You can throw quite a bit of stuff in the center console and a massive actual console down below. You still get the trigonomic ratios, standard to metric weight conversions, fraction and decimal chart, and the hypotenuse in the inside of the center console with a ruler too. The glove boxes, the first tier says Bighorn on it just like before. It's not lined felt, but we get an LED light. You'll fit probably a pair of shoes in there. It's a very spacious top tier of glove box. The bottom tier is more spacious. You'll still fit a pair of shoes, probably fit 3 shoes. I wouldn't expect you to fit 2 pairs of shoes. You'll fit like 15 to 20 license plates. Basically a frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror, sunglass holder, 3 garage home link settings up top. The interior lights appear to be LED. They may not be, but they still do the job if they're not. We get a power 5th opening window too, and it opens up pretty quickly. Not the quickest, and it's not the full opening glass like you get from Toyota with the Tundra. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat. Let's take a quick look at this window sticker, see any more features I forgot to mention on this 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4. The 51,535 base price, 3.6 liter V6, 8-speed automatic transmission. Standard features are all just about the exact same, but we get the front heavy-duty shocks, rear heavy-duty shocks as standard now. 26-gallon fuel tank also standard. Trailer sway damping standard as well on the 2025 Bighorn. Options, $595 for the buckets, otherwise we would get a 6th seat in the middle. $1345 for the trailer tow group, giving us our trailer tire pressure monitoring system, trailer brake controller, annual telescoping mirrors, power adjustable convex auxiliary mirrors, power trailer tow mirrors with manual fold-away, trailer reverse steering control, accent color tailgate handle, all equipped on the trailer tow group package. Bighorn level 1 for $1695, giving us the heated seats, 8-way power adjustable driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar control. 400-watt inverter, power adjustable pedals, 2nd row and floor storage bin, rear power sliding window, auto dimming rear view mirror, leather wrap steering wheel, heated steering wheel, and a 3-month subscription to Sirius, and a 355 rear axle ratio for $145. $2,000 for the destination charge. That's pricey, totaling us out at $57,310. With a V6, you get over 21 combined MPGs, 19 in the city, 24 on the highway. That's about it though, guys, at least for the front seat. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. We didn't mention, actually, we do get radar cruise control. That's what your panel up front is housing. The back seat space, let's take a quick look. The materials up top, just like in the pre-facelift, we get hard plastic in the Bighorn, that cloth material in the center, and a gushy soft leather armrest. Power window, 2 tiers of storage, a ton of storage down below. You'll fit a foot-long, probably stack 2 on top of each other, and you'll stack 2 14-inch subs behind it. The rear seats are still that diesel gray color, and we get pretty good bolstering even for a back seat. They lift up just like in the pre-facelift. We don't get any storage bins back here, but that allows us to get a flat floor. These secret storage bins kind of make it a little bit tougher, but with a good sleeping bag or air mattress, you'll have no problem if your wife kicks you out having a nice covered place to sleep. In the secret storage, you'll fit quite a bit of stuff back here. It's on both sides, and as we mentioned, both of these seats come up and down. Taking a step inside, we get a grab handle back here to make things a little bit easier since we don't have running boards. Just like the pre-facelift, you get over a foot of knee room, headroom. I got about 3 inches, so if you're under like 7 feet tall, you'll sit in the back of a Ram 1500 with no problem. Air vents back here too, that's appreciated. 2 cup holders, mat pockets behind both of the front seats, and a center console thingy over here, which is pretty soft cloth, and you'll fit 2 24-ounce bottles in there. The interior lights back here are LED, also appreciated. We get hooks on both sides, but no top grab handles. The grab handles are right here in the front. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn. I know it's a more basic trim level. We'll get nicer trim levels as the year progresses, but this is the first one that I've been able to get my hands on, and it's a relatively base trim, as you guys can see, but still quite a few upgrades compared to the pre-facelift, especially when it comes to front end styling. Performance-wise, let's take this 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn with a 3.6 liter e-torque V6 out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impression, the steering feels pretty good. It was a pretty solid steering rack in the pre-facelift. For the most part, it feels just about the same. With these beefier Goodyear tires compared to my Night Edition, the ride quality does feel a tad bit better. Road noise, just about none. Wind noise, literally none. These dual pane windows block out the noise. Wind noise up to about like 60, 65 miles an hour. Up until then, you don't hear anything, not even a hint. You don't hear these cars driving by you. It is just that ridiculously quiet in here. And even though it's a 3.6 liter V6 here, throttle response is good. The e-torque definitely helps quite a bit with the throttle response, but it is noticeable. About half throttle, good mid-range, and the top end is very strong with this variable valve timing. 4 valve per cylinder V6. The handling is good. Body roll is really limited coming out. Woo! Wow. That top end is pretty serious. Brakes feel good. Turning it in feels really good on the gas. Yeah, guys, that feels really, really strong. And the regenerative braking helps these brakes unbelievably. You barely even have to use the brakes. Good. Oh. Nice. Yeah, the regenerative braking, I mean, I know a lot of you guys may not be used to it, but it will save a lot of life out of your brakes in the long term. Handling here is really good. I think they improved on the suspension bits a little bit without telling anybody. Or maybe you just save that much weight with this 3.6 liter V6 compared to my Hemi. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much the Bighorn 4x4 weighs with the V6 versus what it weighs with the 5.7 or with the Hurricane V6 engine. On concrete pavement, listen, it is seriously, seriously quiet. And the suspension feels better, the steering also feels better. Good torque. And quick, crisp shifts. I'm liking this transmission engine matchup here. 7.4, 0 to 60, 7.5, 0 to 60 on average. That's seriously competitive with like a 3.8 V6 from Nissan with their new Frontier, or the outgoing Toyota Tacoma with the 4 liter V6. As you guys saw, we ripped through that turn and it handled it with absolutely zero issues. I am seriously, seriously liking this pickup truck. Obviously, do I wish it had the V8? Absolutely. It would sound really cool. It would be even quicker. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't be as efficient. It won't be as quiet. And if you're somebody who doesn't care if you're doing 0 to 60 in 6 to 6.5 seconds or 7.5 seconds, that doesn't mean that much to you. This 3.6 liter V6 is really all you need. If you need more power, you have several different choices when it comes to the turbocharged Hurricane. Whether you want the regular output, the high output, obviously it's going to be doing 60 and probably the mid to high 5s. High output might even see 60s in the 4s. But if that's not what you're looking for in a full-size pickup truck, you'd rather get the naturally aspirated reliability. You'd like to see over 100,000 miles in your pickup truck. I'm sure this naturally aspirated V6 will give you a way better chance of doing so compared to the turbocharged Hurricane models. You can take a step out on this multiple lane highway. Yeah, guys, this is only like half throttle. The power here is not lacking at all. As soon as we get the chance, we can try out a real world turning radius. All right, guys, real world turning radius. Not the best, but good enough. Open her up one last time. Ooh, not bad at all. All right, guys, taking a step out here. Yeah, with the e-torque, the auto start stop is just about seamless. Low end's okay, mid-range is decent, and the top end actually rips pretty good. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a new entry-level pickup truck in the $50,000 to $55,000 price point, not even considering the discounts that Ram's currently offering on these, this is a great option. The 3.6 liter V6, I was expecting like a 10-second 0 to 60 time. That is not the case. Mid 7-second range, that is genuinely competitive with, say, a V8 pickup truck from like prior to 2014 from Chevy or Ford. That says a lot. This really doesn't feel a whole lot slower than one of those 2012 F-150s with a 5.4 and those old 4 or 5 speed automatic transmissions. This feels just as quick, probably just as capable, if not more capable. While, yes, it's not as quick, But without the turbochargers, you're probably way more likely to see mileage of over 100, over 150,000 miles with this power plant. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking out a 2025 Ram. I like the bighorn trim, and I would check it out with the 3.6 if that's what you're looking for. We will review a Hurricane V6 shortly in this channel. Just gotta wait for the dealerships to get them in stock, and I'll have that for you ASAP. But in the meantime, this 3.6 liter V6 is an excellent option. And a big thanks to Mike and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Mike, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.